No.
There's 2 that can be removed, and one would have to be.
No, half of them get removed.
No, 60-something% of them would be removed. If you could remove 2 from each row, that would be.
If you can remove 2 from each row of that, I'll give you $1 million fucking dollars.
If the rows are
remove 2 from each row of that,
if the rows are going like this, and I can do that all the way down, that's 2 from each row. I just did it.
The answer is 108.
108 total moves between how many players?
No,
it doesn't
divide
matter
that between the players.
However many players you divide that by, like 108 divided by.
I feel like if you would get a 4th player, the number would change.
It does.
So it's
It
like
would.
with 4 people,
So 108
it's
is
like
with
26 moves a person, 27 moves
If
a
you're
person.
playing by
There's
yourself,
individual moves.
There's 108
total
moves.
individually. There would be different.
So
amount of
with
moves.
2 people, there'd be 54. With 3 people, there'd be like 35 and a half or something like that.
Can I explain my thought process?
4 people would be 27 moves per person.
Okay.
108 total.
We have 54 bricks. So
Stop recording. There's none of that shit, Renee.
I just want to remember this.
you missed the best part.
I did.
There's 54 bricks.
You stop laughing
If
too.
you can theoretically,
You guys, I'm
laughing at
I'm
you
like
guys
trying to
aren't
hold
even
my head
listening.
because my head hurts.
If you theoretically stack it like this, you can get it 54 high, right? Because there's 54 pieces.
Mhm.
So that's the potential max.
Because there's 108 pieces.
So no. So you start with 54 pieces, 3 on each row. So you're at 18 high. So then you take the potential max of 54, subtract it from the initial. You can have 36 extra rows added to the initial, theoretically. So then each one of those 36
Where's
rows.
this come from?
So you're
Oh
saying
no,
you
there's
can have it
more.
go like
Where's
this
this
the
come
whole
from?
It's more.
Throwback. You're saying they can go like this the whole way.
That's with 3
Yeah.
people. Your
They
whole
can
thing.
go
No,
like-
no, it's not. It's not.
Where's
with-
this come from?
Is 3 each row.
The 3 rows.
I'm just talking about this is the initial.
Okay.
Because like if I did 51 divided by 3, I'd get 17, like we have right now.
So you have to take 2 off of it. And it would
51
So then
instead
you
of
get
54.
you get a potential of 36 extra rows from the initial 18, and those each have to be stacked.
one at a time. Each other 54 rows.
Each it has to fill. I think I'm wrong.
But wouldn't your last
Because it would
wouldn't your
be
top
50
2 rows
if
have to
there's
have 3 in
54
them?
Pieces, it would be 54. If this is what we're gonna get, and we have 54 pieces, we got 54 layers.
I think
No,
if you
yeah.
remove
Oh, yeah.
a piece,
Past that.
you're 54. Your original.
54.
What's your original stack? 18 high.
Yeah.
So if you're going up to 54, that's times 3. So you're.
So 54 minus 18.
So you'll be 54 high.
Yeah.
Off of 54 moves.
No.
After 108 moves.
I
You
believe
can
it's
possibly
108.
54 high.
I believe it's 108, but I think it's more.
No,
But it might be
you
more.
don't have to stack them back in the block on the top.
Yeah,
You do.
But
You stack them 3 across.
That's
You
why I
have
think it's
to?
more. That's why I think it's
You
more.
have to go like
You
your
have
next,
to.
the next one you take off goes
Yeah.
there.
And it's-
Next one
So
you take
every-
off goes
You
there.
have to
next one-
stack
Every
the row.
3
and
moves,
theoretically,
you get 1
it's
more row.
impossible to take more than a second from a row. Like to continue. Like one row might end up at one point having 3 of them removed, which would be
But the-
really hard to do anyway.
The top 2 rows, once you get to your maximum...
Like, I want to just do it, but I want to figure it out before I do it.
Yeah, but once you get to your maximum amount of rows that looks like that, the top 2 layers always have 3 on them.
I know.
So it's not going to look like that all the way up. It's not going to be 54. It's going
I
to
think
be...
that's more moves.
It's gonna
that
be,
happen.
It's going to be...
You think your number's higher than
what's
that?
54
I
minus-
don't think it
It'll
is,
be
man.
50 tall.
This is like. This is if you were to play by yourself and remove pieces for it to work out perfect.
No,
I guess
I'm
that would
saying
be the max.
You
But-
just count 1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
4.
That's the amount of moves. It doesn't matter who you're
But
playing with.
that's under the assumption that it's going to work out perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what
we're
he's
that's
trying to
what we're
figure
trying
out.
to get at.
The maximum moves and the the maximum potential.
But you would always have the stack of 3 on the top that you're not allowed to get to the top 2 rows,
You
right?
have those top 6
So
that you can't mess
with.
with. So you're losing 4 rows.
4?
2 rows.
4.
2.
Your top 2 have to have.
Because the potential is 1 each, and you get stuck
You're
with
using
those
4
6 behind.
bricks, not 4 rows.
No, I know.
2 rows, 4 bricks.
6.
I still.
Because these
6
top
bricks,
2
but
rows,
2 of them
instead-
you're already accounting for.
Instead of the top 2 rows being
God.
stacked like that, they have to stay like that. So I'm losing 4 bricks.
Mm-hmm.
So that subtracts from the 54. So the max potential is 50.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, 100. Yeah. Just. No.
So that's 50.
70. What do you get? 3 of. What are you at? 72. 72 plus 36. That's 108.
I feel like we need some Adderall and we can
72
figure this shit
plus-
out.
Yeah, totally.
That might.
Where'd you get 72 though?
Oh, dude, I can't even tell you.
Jesus told
Max is
me.
like pulling numbers out of his ass and swearing by them.
No, my reason for 72 came was I was thinking 36 moves per person, 36, 72, 3 people would be 108. With all your math was configured with the 3s, and it just made sense for that. That was just a number that works with everything. It was the only reason it worked. It might not be the answer, but it works with all the other numbers that we're using.
I think it's more than 108.
So,
We're not talking high moves, cause
yeah, the stack of the thing doesn't matter. It matters how many pieces are removed. Like, each person has their turn. When you're playing with 3 people or 4 people, each person has their turn. There's got to be a certain...
I have to wonder if it cuts.
Dude, this game's not lasting longer than 15 minutes unless you're sitting there looking at
I
it.
think we've thought about it more than we've played it.
Yeah.
You were yelling at me for thinking about it. So I heard,
And this is what we got ourselves into. Okay.
I think
It all makes sense
it's
now.
either gonna run into itself, or you can't do any more moves, or it's gonna reach the potential of 50 high. And I don't know if
You
I don't know how to
wouldn't be
tell
able
if it's gonna run into itself.
So,
You wouldn't
but
be
it
able to
starts
move
off
any more
18
blocks
high.
at the end.
Yeah. So
How does it
50
get to 50 high? It's not going to get to 50 high.
That's what I'm wondering.
It won't get to 50 high.
If it runs into itself.
Like, because if you move...
run out of blocks.
Alright, so if we move, like, these
But-
2 right here.
Usually you can't even move 2 on every row. Usually you have
It
to
doesn't
move a
matter.
middle
We're not
one.
talking about
There's
using-
3 there.
We're
Alright,
talking about
Hypothetically?
Yeah.
so we started off with
If you
1,
could play the
2,
perfect
3,
game
4,
of
5,
Jenga.
6, 7, 8, 9.
There's no such thing as a perfect game.
The stack's 9. 9's half, right?
That's what I told them. I was like, you can't do it.
7, 8,
No one's
9.
done it.
Right.
So off of 9, we
It seems
just assumed that was the same thing.
easy.
So off of 9 racks, though, I pull another one.
See, I don't want to do that.
No, we're gonna figure it out. No, just figure it out, dude.
Wouldn't that be better to like experiment with it? You just want to do it
I wanted to
mathematically?
figure it out before I actually just did that, because like I want to stop.
So after 3 moves, I went from 9 to 10 rows.
Right.
And then our next step, if we just wanted to continue the movement, would be from here and here, right? And we can do that all the way up.
You're just saying you can't actually grab those, but
No, that would be this would be my 3rd move right here. Would be the middle, right?
no, because you want.
You can't ever take a
No,
middle.
I always want 1 on the first row, and then I'd skip on the other, and then 1 on the next row, and then skip on the other.
You could do that, but it's not going to reach its max potential.
That's not the way to do it.
I'm talking about max potential.
Max would be just 1 on every row.
But other than
You could figure that out, write a different algorithm, but I can't figure out this first one. So the thing is,
no, I'm getting confused too, though, because you're doing
you need 3 to make a new row, but you can only take 2 from each row.
from each row, so you're never going to have a row that completely disappears.
So.
Right, because there's always going to be 1 in each
Oh,
row.
so you can only take 2 from each row.
And
And
these are rules we're making. We're making
There's
laws
initial
right now.
18 There's an initial 18.
18.
So you take
18
2
high.
from each of the 18. That's 36.
No, wait. From each of the, so from the 36 you take 2 from
So
each of
out of the 36 that you're able
Would you be
to
big
take,
back down to 18 if you were
out
taking
of the
2?
36 that you're able to take initially, you can make 9 stacks out of that. 12 stacks out of that. It's 4:30 in the morning, okay?
So 12 from the initial, from the initial 18 you can add extra 12.
Yes, and that's full 3 stacks like this. So then from 18, you can add another 12, where all 18 underneath are ones like that, and then the rest are 12 stacked like this. Okay.
That'd be on the top.
Yeah.
And that would still hold though, as long as your centers are like that.
Theoretically.
Yeah.
So, I'm losing myself here.
Dude, this number is not going to come, is it?
I think it is. I think you guys are getting close.
18. Ah, this is running out.
Uh-oh.
12. And then from those 12, you can take 2 from each of those 12. And that's where the minimizing thing comes in. So you take 2 from each of these 12. We're at 30 here. And you get 6 extra. And you can
You're
only
right
make,
behind exactly what I'm doing.
you can make 6 extra. 2 extra rows, so
Exactly
you
what I'm
get 30.
doing.
Oh my gosh. I love you guys. It just makes me happy that we can just watch you guys do math at 4:30 in the morning.
That 32 seems off.
Because they reached 40. The world record was 40, so it's not 32. What's 32? What am I getting?
The world record reached 40?
Yeah.
40 moves?
How many
40
players?
high.
Oh, 40,
40
high. See, that makes a big
It
difference.
starts with how many high?
32. 32 is the max.
So that means 20 after
No.
24. That means after 3 people have gone 8 moves. Is that after 3 people have gone 8 moves?
I don't care.
No,
about
that's
people.
24. That's 24 moves total. That's like 60.
Ah.
No, 24. No. These are real numbers. No, what'd you say? No, what'd you say? What'd you say? No, go back. We gotta go back. We gotta go back.
I know.
Go
I'm
back.
trying.
Go
I'm
back.
trying.
Go back. You said something about 8. Come on. What'd you say?
What? No.
8 moves? No, they made it to maximum 40 moves.
Yeah, they made it to a max of 40, but they couldn't.
And the max that we're making it is 36.
That's why I'm saying I'm wrong.
And that's what
That is 32.
36 is the max that we're talking. We're making it, and you're saying the max is
Yeah, why
actually
did
40.
I said 36, and then down here I don't have 36, and I'm lost myself.
Well, you got the 36. Your 18 was cut in half.
18 was cut.
But that was an
Probably 30.
actual...
No, 18 was multiplied by 2 because I get 2 from each 18.
Well, 36 is where the 18
So-
came from. You did
Hold
something
on,
with this
hold on.
36 to get to 18.
Don't look at this.
Okay, stop. I'll stop.
So,
Turn your camera off, damn it.
no, do it.
I want to keep it on.
Oh, I need a pen.
There's
18
one in my purse
times
over there,
36.
if you want to find
So I
it.
have 36 extra pieces to work with. And then that's where I got the 12. So now I have 12 times 2. And I get 24 extra pieces to work with. And then that keeps doing something. That's the pattern, but I'm too... It's 4:30 in the morning. I can't keep the train of thought. Ben's trying to keep
There's 54 pieces.
18, get 2 from each, 36 extra.
54 maximum of 2 moves per row.
Divided by 3.
So 54 times 2,
12.
you're looking at 108. These numbers are all going to equal the same when you're fucking... We're going to keep getting these same numbers dealing with these numbers.
But each number...
So one of
is
these numbers is right.
Where I'm confused at is when you get to the very end, you
That
get
comes-
stuck. You get stuck with 2 pieces on the top, and then it messes all the math up to that point. So you're stuck with these 2 pieces on the top, and you have 2 layers of 3 underneath it. And you can pull the 2 pieces out there and the 2 pieces out there, but there's only a piece and another piece on the top.
So you can't
So
grab
you
that third
technically
one.
can't. So you would have to take the first one of the.
And you're not allowed.
Of the last set, you have to take the first one and put it third on the end. It
You're
messes
saying-
everything up, so the math's all. So what we know is we have 27, 18, 12, and 8 moves.
I know the
Okay, say that
answer.
again.
So 20,
20.
You have 18 rows,
40, 50,
2 moves each
8,
row,
65
get
is
you-
what I'm getting, plus like another 6 or 7 moves.
18 rows, 2 moves each row, which is going to get you to 36 moves. But for each row that you remove 2, you have to add a half. So you're going to get back to 9.
No.
And the 9 plus the 36 is
No half!
45 moves. 45 moves per person.
27.
Why per
45
person?
moves.
You're thinking
Maximum.
3 people?
45 moves maximum.
3 people.
Well, this is assuming 3 people. 45 moves, 3 people, 45 times 3, so we're talking about 90 plus 45, 135.
68.
135.
69.
That's my number, and that's just me off of taking these numbers and jacking off of them. But 18 rows,
I'm getting.
two.
I'm getting
There's
73.
18 rows. There's 18 rows.
73.
There's a maximum.
All right.
I'm
There's
getting
2 moves
Documented.
per row. That's just under an
I think.
assumption that you're going to leave 1 on each thing.
I've only got 2 minutes
So
left
that
on my
when you get
camera
to that- when you
memory,
get to that
so
point,
Look at this.
you're at
hopefully you guys get it in
36.
2 minutes.
And then I out of the 36, I took all those ones that were remaining in the middle, and theoretically, out of 2 that are remaining, if you remove half from each row, right, you'd be at a number that would still keep a balance, would be at 9. So you're taking your 36 plus your 9.
Mm.
44. Yeah, 44. Because if you had a half on this side and half on this side, it would still stay balanced all the way up the damn thing. But you can't really see the halves. You're not really cutting a block in half, but that's the way you got to look at it in the end, you know? Because the things are going back to the top. But how high would the row be able to be stacked?
it would be
That's assuming
fucking
44
108
number,
minus 6. It'd be 102 stacked up.
102?
102 moves.
102 moves. Okay, 102 moves would make closer. I don't know if any of these numbers are right, but 102 would make closer sense.
If there's
I don't think you'll get
54,
102 racks though. Like I don't think you'll get 102 high, because that's like taking your initial
there's
number.
54
and
blocks.
that's multiplying it by 10, damn near. Well, not by 10, but by like 8.
How many rows do you start with? 54 divided by 3.
18.
18 rows you start with. And then when you divide that by 2,
You can
Because
do
you
like
can
this
get-
whole. You can do this in like
can
this
divide it by a
very
third.
very
fucking up the last
perfect way that I haven't learned like math for it. I think it's like part of